Now, Confidence, you've guided several cohorts of the Cyber Girls program and helped them kickstart their cybersecurity knowledge quickly, as well as helping them to move into meaningful jobs that can help them and their communities. So what are some of the common first step questions that the women in these cohorts ask of you and that you try to answer for them?
I think one of the first questions is just what Akila spoken to already. There is such a wide field and there's so much information. So we are having a situation where there's information overload for the average person who is looking to come into cyber. There's also so much buzz about a particular very small section of Infosec, which is ethical hacking, right? Everyone just comes in and wants to do ethical hacking, and they don't realize, just like you said, Chris, that there's a whole lot more. In fact, I would say, if that's not really going to be your thing, there are many more other rewarding, many easier routes going through, many more in demand parts of information security. So because there's that shiny guy, and the movies haven't helped either, right? There's a guy always at the basement, tapping away at his computer, and he's so fancy, and everyone wants to be that person. So what I generally always say first and foremost is, get to learn the fundamentals. A lot of people just want to skip about 4 rungs and just go up the ladder, rather than making sure you get the basics right. So I want them to definitely get the basics right. How do packets travel across the network? What's the mechanics behind that happening? Do you understand or know how to use more than the operating system you're currently using, which in most cases sometimes it's just an end user's Windows operating system. There are other operating systems, for example, that you need to be able to have an idea of or know how to use well. There are a couple of other things. You need to know, for example, understand a bit about the cloud. So all of those basics, and then exploring also the different sections or different parts or different fields within InfoSec. And how would you explore? Very easily, what you do is read a lot of blogs or go on YouTube and check a day in the life. So just search a day in the life. You'll find a lot of videos that are talking about different professionals, talking about different fields within InfoSec and what their days are like and what they do on a day-to-day basis. You'll also be able to see if that aligns with your innate skills and your interests, because this is such a challenging field to be in that if it's not something you genuinely enjoy doing, like enjoy enough to forget you've not eaten or had breakfast, that sort of enjoy is what I need, right?
Yeah,
you need to find that part, that aligns with both your passions and what you typically enjoy, and then you're in for a long haul, because the journey is a journey. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon you're going to go on. Yep. So you need to ensure that you're maximizing your strengths, you're maximizing your transferable skills if you're coming from another area of another career and this is your second one. You're doing all of that combination. And when you make that choice, you can then also relate it, because this is another mistake I see quite a lot. A lot of people are stuck up on that path they've chosen, and they are not rounded enough to just find an area to get into. So what I mean by that is, in certain parts of the world, there are some parts within InfoSec that's harder to get in entry-level roles. So for example, if you're getting an incident response role, you can easily find a SOC entry-level role. But that's not as easy as it is for, say, if you're a pen tester or if you are doing cloud security, right? So making sure that you're flexible a bit, but also, knowledgeable enough to deliver value to an employer is that right balance you want to strike. And then, of course, begin to apply for those roles, because you never know, applying for those roles after stacking on those skills, like I mentioned. And don't be afraid of the certifications. Just stack on those skills and build your confidence, like Akila's mentioned. And that's what I tell people, and you would get that first role.
Want more career advice? Well, click here to check out my full conversations on the Cyberwork podcast. Every week, I sit down with a cybersecurity practitioner to discuss how you can break into and move up the ladder in the cybersecurity industry. See you there.